This is my concern. Is you said okay, 1 hour
That's
speech,
practical skills.
one speech, 1 hour speech. Okay, I can make 1 hour speech, and we're going to write them some triangle career path, but it is not easy for them to pass away. Right? This triangle. Right?
Well, it needs a program.
I understand. Okay, I
It
understand.
needs a program.
Thank you very much. Right? Right?
Right. Yeah. So
Okay, what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to say is use just Morgan Stanley or Google or Apple, many companies, many overseas people working there, and I can approach for those companies in this year, and first of all, I'm going to make 1 hour presentation for the journalist or some news media. I did it, and they could very heavy appreciated me, and then they introduce company by company, and when there, also I'm going to make 1 hour speech. That's it.
I think that if you are targeting Morgan Stanley, then the rules of engagement change a little bit, because I don't think that it will be because those people, they are here for 3 years, right? They are not here to actually make their lives here. What they need is to figure out what the hell these Japanese people are thinking. I think that's what's on most people's mind. Why on earth are we not getting to the point? Or why are we not making any decisions here? Or why are we not doing any business here? Why are we wasting time? Right? So that's what they want to know. They want to know how to persuade a Japanese person buying their product. That's what they want to know. They want quick wins, because they're here only for a short run. So long-term investment, like the whole pyramid story, I don't think it's going to cut it for a lot of Westerners. But if you can tell them about Japanese spirit, where Japanese people come from, what the roots of their thoughts are, the roots of their culture are, that is something that is of value to them. Because then they can, okay, so that makes sense. And if you can go a little bit beyond just scratching the surface, that most people do, because there are a lot of articles about Japan, about Japanese culture, and how to present your meishi to ka, but really reveal some things that are clearly gaps. And if you can mirror that to their own way of thinking, so this is our view of the world, prototypical Western view of the world. Do you recognize this? A lot of people say yes, yes, yes. Well, if you say yes, 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 then so this is how Japanese people feel. Then you create trust. So that, I think, is a more persuasive way to sell a program to Westerners. I don't think they're going to invest in negotiation skills, etc. I think basically they're just trying to figure what the hell is going on.
So is it enough to give them some history and background of Japanese philosophy and Japanese culture? Is it better coming up with some tips, as you mentioned, the top of the pyramid,
right?
To understand, to recognize their own thinking way,
right?
To compare.
I would put it in. I would put it in, because that contrast will make it much clearer. So if we look at Confucianism, but how does it compare to, for example, Western philosophy?
Yeah, to structure the thinking way,
right?
The Western style, the Japanese
so this is
style.
why you have problems. And at the same time, while doing that, while explaining about the Japanese, you're actually making them reflect upon themselves and become aware of their own way of thinking, and that is not necessarily good or bad, but it just follows different roads.
So it means I had better take Mary or Matthew with me?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So instead of I by myself, because bridging is not easy, like what you said.
Oh.
I can't get their current suspending issues. right? Some intermediator is required.
Right. Well,
If you were, working with me, maybe you were good fill in the gap. But I by myself can introducing,
right.
their requirement. That it will not continue. Like, I can make one now presentation to a presentation. That's it.
Right, but I think before you make a presentation, it's maybe also helpful to. I think your sales style will not sit very well with Europeans.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Right. I think basically a European customer is used to be questioned, and most of the time is talking about their needs, what they are encountering, and after you fully understand what their problems are and what their challenges are and where they want to go, then you can try to match and say, okay, maybe I can help you like this and that. So instead of, okay, I have a beautiful car, look at it, it's white and it goes very fast, and it's very useful to bring your family from A to B, and it has many safety features and all these things. Yeah, maybe the person, I don't like white or something like that, and they think of 100 reasons why they don't want your car, because, well, it's a nice car, but maybe there are probably other cars that are also very nice.
If so, I think I had a very Mary or Matthew to the customer that gives them presentation instead of me.
Well, I think you are persuasive as a presenter, but as for a European to sell, I think you need to be a bit more trying to become part of their problem and try to give them a solution, not just sell the product.
Give them a solution.
So basically, all your credentials are only worthwhile in the end. Okay, so if you find a solution, then in the end, you can say, okay, and yes, I am the right person to help you with this because I've done this, that, and the other. But that's basically at the end. It's not really necessary at the beginning. So if they know that you are the former CEO of Accenture and you've wrote 38 books, let's basically for that, let's leave it at that. Let's listen to the customer and really try to understand what their challenges are, what they try to achieve, what their because maybe they have a very simple language problem, and maybe you are not the right party to solve that problem for them. Maybe there are others that you can help to introduce. By doing so, maybe you're not making money, but you build up a relationship. You build up some credit, and maybe in the future there will be other challenges that they will use you for.
What do you mean?
I mean that basically, if you want to become a partner, you need to solve their problem. You need to help them to achieve their goals, not sell your product. So if you have a certain product, you have a number of books that you want to sell to them or whatever, that's a different kind of sales. I think for most Westerners, they don't want to be sold that way.
So how do they want to solve the issue?
Right. So what are your challenges? How you're not making your sales numbers, or the people who come in from the United States, they are only effective after 1.5 years being here. So they're not basically they don't. They're expensive forces that are basically useless for the first 1.5 years. How can we speed that up? How can we reduce that time to maybe 3 months instead of 18 months? So those kinds of problems you need to first understand, so that you can talk about something that really appeals to this person, because he himself addressed this as one of his challenges. So that's what they want to achieve with their education program, for example.
You said it looks like coaching.
It looks like basically trying to figure out how you can help somebody, instead of okay, I have this product and it's a very nice product.